Barely.
See if it's like not in that direction. Okay. That's irritating. This doesn't happen in 64 version. Oh, sorry.
I hear it.
Sometimes I'll just swing. I'll just keep hitting square all around and just to tell it, you know.
I'm just gonna try one more time and see if I even still see it. Because if I don't see it, then I got it. Yeah, I got it. Because I did get it.
I still hear the cage though.
Yeah, but where else could it be?
Can you give me the stupid controller and let me find it?
Okay.
Someone who knows is probably just getting really irritated. Like, sometimes doing that, it'll eventually hit it, and it's just like, let's see here, what's beyond this way? I mean, we both heard it.
I could have done this.
We both heard that cage.
Was there anything?
That's one thing that's really irritating about some of these older games, when they want you to explore, but then they put it in the most like absurd locations. There we go. Oh, it's in there. I think it's above. I don't know why we could hear it all the way back there. I think it's like you got to use the barrel to get it. Maybe not there. So that is really irritating how, like, a lot of... I mean, this is all versions of this game where it's like... They're always in obscure locations. I think there's one down there. I mean, there are lums down there, so... So that's the end of the level stuff, but there's another one down... Andrew, there's another one down there, see?
Wait, I just broke a cage and it still says 3 out of 4.
Yeah, because that's the cage for
But it said 3 out of 4 earlier.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, are there more cages than it says here?
There's only one extra cage, and that's for the end of the level, Andrew. That's it. That's it.
Well, I just want to see what was over here.
Oh, now you want to go exploring, even when I tell you don't go. You know, go this way, go look that way, and you don't.
I do what I want. Okay, so there's
you do what you want. Why didn't I find this? Oh, get that light.
Well, I tried to, but it stopped me.
You just go all the way back to the beginning, or you just try to go all the way back to the beginning, and it. Froggy! Nathan turned 29 today.
He's gay.
Our little... What?
There are 30 parachutes and we have 29 passengers. And then it's the dyslexic kid and it just shows a guy jumping off a cliff. It's terrible.
Now the bonus levels, I'm not gonna count them, or I'm still gonna do the next regular level, but I'm still gonna, you know. Andrew's still stupid.
Huh. You eat. back.
I guess we have a prototype Rayman Rayman Arena and Rayman Rush. In some ways, it's probably just easier just to re-release this game with the gibberish voice acting, because then I guess the copyrights.
Is gibberish like copywritten in the same way?
I don't know. I'm saying it's probably easier because maybe they don't have to get the rights from the people who did the full voice acting.
That's what I'm asking. Like, is it?
I have no clue. Remember when Tomba was first released? Tomba 2, I mean, was first released on the PlayStation Network, and it was like the Japanese version, but they showed like it was the American version before you bought it.
Didn't they originally have the regular version and then did the Japanese one?
What I'm saying is they showed like it was the American version, or like the regular. Okay, it would be American, but then like like you get, okay, so I remember I was buying Tomba 2 on the PlayStation Network, and then but then like whenever I got it, it suddenly showed Tomba the Wild Adventure or something like that, and that's the name of the Japanese version. It randomly had the Japanese version after I bought it, but they showed the cover on the PlayStation Network and it even said Tomba 2.
You know, Tomba is a surprisingly cheap. Both games are surprisingly cheap out in the wild. Seeing how I can't remember the last time I actually saw either of them available at a secondhand store.
Huh.
Like,
I'm thinking I've seen them for over $100 before. I don't know. Maybe it's not that expensive. I
wonder.
Whale Bay. Oh boy. Well, see, like this is one level that's also very drawn out on in the other versions.
I wish I had the manual to Tomba 1, because I have it. Oh my gosh, that's expensive. Wow, DK Oldies has Tomba 2 for $250 or $215.
Huh.
Wow, I'm really glad I held on to my copies. These games are pricey.
So you gonna sell them?
No. Golly, this game is pricey. Wow, an unopened copy of Tomba 1 is going for $480.
Game collecting sucks.
Yeah, I wish I had the case to Tomba 1.
I thought you had the case. I thought it was like Tomba 2 you didn't have the case for.
No, I think it's Tomba 1 I don't have the case for.
Oh, okay.
I'll have to look. Anna Taylor-Joy revealed she wasn't a gamer before being cast in Super Mario Bros. Movie. After landing the role of Princess Peach, she started, and then someone edited it, harassing women and minorities online. I love that kind of stuff.
You know how weird it feels that like that the actress for like Princess Peach is younger than me? She's like a couple of years younger than me. Because it makes me realize that I'm getting really close to 30.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be 30 in less than a year. I still got many months to go, but I'm still gonna be 30 not too long from now. I hate the barrel boss, or I hate the barrel enemy in these games. They take way too long to kill. Even though I'm already killing him and like... It's because suddenly when you're like halfway through the hitting him, he's like... He's like, oh, I duck down for a few seconds. And of course, when I was a kid, this part was like nearly impossible because I was dumb and didn't know how to use strafe. I was also learning how not to pee my pants, and you know.
I still don't know how to not pee my pants.
Sometimes I forget this version of the game came out in 2000. Like this was later than like N64 and Dreamcast and stuff.
Dreamcast?
Dreamcast, yeah.
Oh, so pretty. It's a bass. It's electric bass.
Bass guitar.
Bass guitar.
Oh yeah, and it'll be good to get all these cages because then it'll be good to get all these cages because then yeah. Anyway, I was trying to look. Anyway, anyway.
I love the meme that's like, you know, there used to be 2 Big Bens in London.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then it shows like one of them was being hit by 2 flying double-decker buses.
Ow.
And then there's an audio recording in the background that's just, Your Majesty, there's been a second bus! It's just one big 9/11 joke.
This guy takes a while to kill. A little while. Hey, hit this thing.
Are there any levels that are just a boss in this one?
Yeah, well, I think the final boss at least. No, start hitting me with that. Start hitting me with those. Thank you. I need to get the cage out of there, and that's the only way you can do it.
Short people got no reason. Apparently he's not actually making fun of midgets, but boy is it funny to think that he is.
I don't like this part of the level because it's a swimming level, and like 90%, probably 99% of underwater levels in video games are terrible.
Especially in PS1 era games.
Yeah. With the whole, you have limited breath, but we're still gonna make this we're gonna make this feel absolutely awful. The little tune there kind of freaks me out sometimes, where it's so quiet, where it's just something like, it almost feels like something sinister is gonna happen after hearing that, even though it's like supposed to be a happy tune. And before I was intelligent enough to read, I didn't read at first that like the piranha could, like, you know, that you were supposed to be able to do this and get the piranha away from the bubbles. Of course, when the piranhas hit you, they they cause you to lose a little bit of. They do that. They take away some health. and take away some of your airtime. And they take your bubble. And by the way, my first couple of parts of my 100th review video, which is technically going to be more than 100 now, but because I'm releasing multiple parts, but it's like the 100th official episode of a review of mine. Thank you, game, for being really bad with depth perception and underwater stuff. And again, this is all versions. This isn't just this version that has that problem. There's a lot of games back in the day that have that. And I swear, like, I'm entirely convinced that, like, the controls of Mario 64 are just made to go against the player because of how much, like, you try to do something so simple, but the physics and all that stuff just work against you. But also, it's really funny how Shigeru Miyamoto's son, Shigeru Miyamoto questioned his son's intelligence because of how much he was just running into walls as Mario whenever they were testing the game. With different kids, all the kids would eventually figure out what to do, but his son just kept going with, like, running into walls and all that stuff. Ah! Well, at least I made it. See, how long have we been going for now? For this session? Well, I don't see here. Just checking. Ugh. Oh, cool. Okay. Well, at least it wasn't that large and in charge. It's like normally this boss is in a separate level than the other ones.
Which boss?
This ice type boss.
Who is it that dares disturb the tranquility of this place?
I feel like I should hear some bells like ding ding dong dong dong.
Rayman? The name means nothing to me. What do you want?
Oh, Ubisoft. He's Ubisoft. Rayman. That name means nothing to me.
How am I to know that you are not simply a thief? Only your strength and bravery can convince me.
Only
That sounds a little gay, but okay.
Only killing me will convince me. When you drop a freaking spike on his head, you don't really see him again.
How do we know? How can you tell how much we've recorded today?
I don't know.
I just end it after this.
I mean, I guess we can. This would be after like the second door. It would be like the second door we opened. He's like. So like he just straight up dies, and it's just like, okay, I'm convinced now. Yeah. Well, I guess that was, I guess technically that was in Rayman 1 where yeah. I mean, to be fair with Ubisoft's decision at the time on, like, having Rayman with the Rabbids, the direction they took that in, that was very much, that got really big on the Wii. Even if the majority of them weren't good, they were still, like, they sold well. So, from a marketing perspective, the direction they took Rayman and the Rabbids made sense at the time. I'd say it's probably also because like Rayman 3 probably didn't sell as well. I would say it didn't sell as well anyway. Also here in America, they made a bunch of like the marketing was basically like saying like bigger is better or something like that, and basically making jokes about Rayman having a big dick. But because it was an E-rated game, they couldn't go too far with it, so they did what they could. A little surprising they were still able to do as well with it. All the masks. Mask.
Isn't that a boss?
No. That's Policus. He looks nothing like Glowbox here, but then in Rayman Origins and Legends, he looks a lot more like Glowbox's race. I didn't really think originally that Glowbox was kind of a frog-like creature when I was a kid, but then like apparently they say that like he's like a frog-like creature or toad or whatever. I guess you'll see. I guess, folks, you'll see if I've separated these videos in different parts or not. If I decide to start doing that again.
What?
I'm thinking about separating these into different parts again, like Session 1, Part 1, Session 1, Part 2, you know, that kind of deal. Boy, they show those subtitles for like a few seconds. Yes, I have.
Yes, I have.
I remember some things of this game. Some lines and all that. Yeah. The controller vibrated so much it almost fell off my bed.
Hey, at last, a good piece of news. Above all, don't forget to collect lots of llamas. We'll need 400 in order to open the next door for you.
Go on now. Oh boy, Andrew, you get to do that one next if we remember that you go next. Anyway. Well, folks, I guess that's it for now.
I guess this is when we gotta stop for a while.
This was the first sessions, and we've got one or two more probably. So until next time, bye. There you go. Any parting words?
Make sure to drink plenty of water and brush your teeth and drink from the skulls of your enemies.
That's some good advice.